Get ready for the dictation. 5 seconds. Start. Honorable Speaker, I rise today to discuss an issue that is of immense significance not just for the government employees of our nation but also for the growth and development of India as a whole. The formation and implementation of the 8th Pay Commission. It is an issue that has the potential to shape the future of our public servants and, by extension, the future of our country. Public servants are the backbone of our government system. They work day in and day out to ensure that the wheels of governance turn smoothly. Whether it is in the field of education, healthcare, administration, law enforcement, or other crucial services, government employees work relentlessly to serve the people of this country. Their contributions are invaluable, and it is only fair that they are compensated adequately for the hard work they put in. The last pay commission, the 7th pay commission, was implemented in 2016. While it addressed many concerns and brought in significant changes, much has changed since then. We have seen inflation rise, the cost of living increase, and the demands placed on public servants grow. The present pay structure, in light of these changes, is no longer adequate to ensure the welfare and satisfaction of our government employees. It is imperative, therefore, that we establish the 8th Pay Commission to revisit and revise the pay scales, allowances, and other benefits provided to our employees. This pay commission is not merely about raising salaries, it is about recognizing the ever evolving economic conditions and the growing responsibilities of government employees. The cost of living, especially in metropolitan areas, has escalated dramatically. Our employees, particularly those at lower levels, are struggling to make ends meet. A revision of the pay structure is needed to ensure that our employees' salaries reflect the reality they face in their daily lives. At the same time, we must consider the wider economic implications of these revisions. It is important to strike a balance between the welfare of employees and the fiscal health of the nation. While it is necessary to increase the salaries of public servants, we must ensure that the recommendations are sustainable and will not strain the financial resources of the government in the long term. The pay structure should be revised in a manner that is financially viable for the country, keeping in mind the larger goal of sustainable economic growth. In addition to improving the salaries of government employees, the Eighth Pay Commission must also focus on improving the overall welfare of our public servants. This includes providing adequate healthcare, housing, and pension schemes that reflect the needs of today's world. The government must also ensure that our employees have access to training and development programs that allow them to enhance their skills and better serve the public. We must invest in our employees so they can continue to perform their duties with dedication and efficiency. Honorable Speaker, another critical aspect that the Eighth Pay Commission must address is the issue of pay disparity between different levels of government employees. While it is crucial to ensure that higher ranking officials receive adequate compensation for their work, we must also ensure that those at lower levels are not left behind. It is vital that the pay scale addresses the needs of employees at all levels, from the clerks to the senior officers. It is essential that we provide a pay structure that is fair and equitable, ensuring that employees across the board feel valued for their contributions. Moreover, the Eighth Pay Commission must take into account the needs of pensioners. Our retirees who have dedicated decades of service to the country deserve a pension system that allows them to live with dignity. The pension system must be updated regularly to reflect changes in the economy, ensuring that pensioners are not left behind in a world of rising costs. I also believe that the Eighth Pay Commission must consider the growing trend of digitalization and technology in the workplace. As the government moves towards e-governance and digital solutions, the role of public servants is undergoing a transformation. We must ensure that our employees are equipped with the skills and tools needed to keep up with technological advancements. This is not only about improving the efficiency of government services but also about providing employees with the opportunity to grow and adapt in a rapidly changing world. The time has come to recognize that our government employees are not just recipients of pay and allowances, they are contributors to the nation's growth and development. We must ensure that they are adequately rewarded for their dedication and service and that they have the resources they need to continue their work effectively. I am confident that the Eighth Pay Commission, if implemented thoughtfully and in consultation with all stakeholders will go a long way in ensuring the welfare of our public servants and by extension the welfare of our nation. Stop.